Okay.
Twitch channel that
Okay.
actually says
The
3
right
p.m.
times.
because I'm guessing that we're going to stick with 3 p.m. Is that going to work?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So Rez is going to do that for us, and he and I will probably be playing some of the Hearthstone maybe Tuesday night.
Whoa.
He's excited to play.
Mute your.
LOTI podcast just went live.
Yeah.
Oh, look!
You
at
said
that.
go live.
We should watch. I hear it's decent. A little bit too casual for my liking.
I
but,
said
you know.
go live.
Whoa. Some.
What
some
did you
choppy-
do that for?
Oh my gosh. That's too funny.
Sorry, my thing's playing.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's all right. I'm watching a commercial right now, but before it went to commercial,
Yeah.
I saw that I was Ariane.
I just think we should leave it that way.
Well, we will because we are definite. It just goes to show how casual we are.
In that case, I can't let that mar my reputation, because that would mean that I let down and failed the team. So,
Oh yeah.
so
That's
what we
too
will
funny.
do is we will go whoop. There he is,
Who?
and whoop. There she is.
I'm Ariane.
Not
And I am Espo.
Oh, you got a little bit more of a pause there. You got to drag it out a little.
And I am Espo.
Oh, with the eyes and everything. Yeah.
Wait, I have to go down here.
There you go. Or
Yeah.
what's why you gotta go. I'll be right back. I gotta get downstairs. And then you gotta climb the ladder to get back up.
I fixed it.
Geez. You did. It is fixed. Okay. You guys got the slideshow. You're good.
What slideshow?
Oh, the one with all the slides.
Slideshow? There's a
The
slideshow?
slideshow with all the. I made a slideshow with slides and pictures.
Oh my
There's no
God.
words though, because I can't.
Espo, we should give you a raise.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez. You should.
What's it called?
It's called slideshow. Slide.
The grand tournament.
Oh, it's called the Grand Tournament.
It's the same one we've been using for what? 4 weeks now, 5 weeks.
It's not called Slideshow. Let's rename it. We're gonna call it a Slideshow.
We're gonna rename it Slideshow.
Slideshow.
So, Vestidius, tell me about this deck. You said you were.
What? Oh, the one I was playing against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Because everybody already saw mine. I put it on Twitter. They already know that I went 8-0 and that I went 0-8. No, I'm kidding. I actually won a lot more matches. But anyway, you played against this guy, had an old school deck.
Yes. Well, he had a warlock deck, and
Warlock's one of the original classes for Hearthstone.
Anyways, yeah.
You see what I did there?
People talk about how Espo knows everything about the game and the other ones don't, and then he says something like that.
It's the truth.
Yes, but you say it as if it's some big revelation, because
Yeah.
there are no other classes from the original.
As if there's some new classes, right? All right. How do I sound, by the way? My mic is in a different position today.
Annoying?
Of course.
Oh,
That's what
sorry.
I go for.
Sorry, yeah. Fine, sounds good, actually.
I've missed you too, dude.
So,
All right, so
back
anyway,
to my
this
story. How much caffeine did you have today?
Whoo, I'm ready to go.
Okay, so Warlock.
Yes.
We're moving along pretty good. I'm playing Druid because I had a Druid quest to do. I'm doing my Beast Druid deck and doing pretty good damage on him, getting him down. And then I've got to the point where I'm gonna beat him. And then he throws down Arcane Golem. He puts down the oh, good night.
The Oh Good Knight. You mean the Murloc Knight? Because he's a good knight.
Give me a second. I'm trying to remember.
A tournament
The
member.
one that does +4, and then it dies next turn.
Oh, floating. Oh. Power Overwhelming.
Yes, thank you.
The one. How about the spell?
Yes, the spell. So he Power Overwhelming on top of the Arcane Golem. And he had something on the board to reduce the Arcane Golem to nothing. I'm vaguely remembering all this. But
yeah.
Then he plays Power Overwhelming on the guy again, and then Faceless him.
So 24 damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like,
Whoa.
I guess
that's old school right there. That's old. I remember playing that deck. I played a deck like that. Faceless on the Arcane, and I also remember back when Leroy was 5 mana, Faceless on the Leroy. That was always fun.
Oh, yeah.
But Faceless on a double overwhelmed Arcane is pretty much Looney Tunes, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it won him the game, needless to say.
I would think so. That's a lot of damage in one turn. Double Power Overwhelming is not unheard of, though.
So, yeah, beyond that, I was like, okay, I was doing pretty good.
I think it's the Faceless that kind of made it just over the top.
Well, he had enough stuff on the board that he actually was going to beat me regardless.
So his was more of a bad manners kind of move.
Yeah, it was.
He BM'd you a little bit. All right. Well, yeah, that you were talking about, crafted decks, and I made that Infinite Dread deck, and I had been thinking about that, when I first saw the card Spoiled, and man, I'll tell you what, it is so much fun. I went 8-0 straight up, and then I think I ended up losing my next one, probably because I posted it to Twitter. Somebody saw it, and they were like, oh, I got this guy. And then they queued up till they got me and beat me. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What are the major cards in it that I may not have?
Let me take a look here. Let me get to my collection. Let me see. Infinite Dread. We have Power Overwhelming, which is cool with the Dread Steed because makes it a 5/5, and then it's gonna die anyway with the Power Overwhelming, but it just comes back. Baron Rivendare and Faceless Manipulator. Twisting Nether works nice with it, and the kickers are Anima Golem and Mal'Ganis.
Cool. I may have to play it.
Yeah, because
Except I don't think I have Dread Steeds.
I pulled like 2, 3, 4 of them in those 97 packs. But Mal'Ganis makes them 3/3 Dread Steeds, which is awesome. Faceless Manipulator works nice. Oh, KT works nice too because the Dread Steed dies during your turn. When you run it into something.
So you get 2 of them.
Yeah, then it comes back to life, and then at the end of the turn, another one comes back because it died. And obviously, running Baron Rivendare in the deck makes it awesome. Void Terror works nice with it because it buffs it 1/1. So you get a 4/4 demon. If you have 2 Dread Steeds on board, you get a 5/5, and then you get the 2 1/1s back. And then, of course, it just gives me a reason to play Anima Golem because if they don't silence your Dread Steed, Anima Golem has to be killed, like physically by something. So yeah, really, really fun. And then I made a because I'm trying to get to my Golden Warlock, so I had to make some fun decks. I made Maybe Dragons, and there's maybe some dragons in there. Let me get the dragon count.
I'm looking through my stuff. I don't have Anima Golem and I don't have Dread Seeds. So I'm gonna have to pass for the moment.
16 dragons in my maybe dragons deck. Is that you think I ought to take the
maybe.
I should probably take the maybe out, huh? Considering it's more than half. Now, I miscounted. There's probably only about 12. 1, 2, 11, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I like.
Just a few.
I tell you what, I like a lot. I like the Twilight Guardian, right? Holy smokes!
Which one is that?
He's the 4-cost epic dragon that he's 2/6, but if you're holding a dragon, you get +1 attack and taunt.
Hmm.
He is awesome for 4 mana. And then you got your Twilight Drake. This kind of runs like a hand lock, but it's minus the well, no, it has Mountain Giants, Molten Giants, and Sludge Belchers. But I run Cro-Magus, Alexstrasza, Nefarian, Anexia, Ysera, the big ladies. Lots of fun. Oh, we're doing show notes. Okay, let me check. Oh, you guys are ahead of me.
That doesn't surprise me.
No. Hey, I did the show notes. Actually, I finished the show notes so I could hang out pre-show.
Good for you.
And look at me. It's 2:59 and I'm done with the show note. Well, I'm almost done. Hold on.
About to say.
Yeah. Oh, I need to find the. Does
So
it have
close.
No, I don't have a. Mine doesn't have the flavor text.
Oh, there's
I'm
one card in here
satisfied.
I do not like.
It's not do not like, it's what you like.
Oh, I'm gonna yeah, okay.
Top one, not bottom one. And
My favorite.
Ari,
Oh,
you need to move your camera over a tad to your left. That way.
yeah.
Yep, that now you're centered. And if you go much further to your left, then you actually go out of screen. So just so you know.
Okay, so which way should I move it?
A little more left would be okay. And then you've got about
Yeah.
Yep, and you got about 5 inches either direction. So
Oh, are we doing flavor text with these two? I'm sorry.
no, I was just adding a little flavor text because she had her own personal flavor text.
I'm gonna add.
That
I
was
just-
the,
I just thought it was kind of a cool flavor text. So.
But the hero power doesn't have a flavor. It's in your
All right, I'm gonna add my own flavor text to this one. You said I couldn't add my least favorite shaman card from TGT, so I'm gonna put my least favorite common card in the flavor text. How about that?
Well, this isn't the best. Okay, Espo, this isn't your favorite totem in TGT.
Is your
Oh,
favorite
this is-
totem, period.
They don't.
Oh, okay.
They didn't
That's
give
okay.
us any totems at TGT.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
they did. Yeah. And it's my favorite. So there.
It is.
Did you see my flavor text?
Oh, the
Yeah.
got him. Okay.
That's right.
I keep forgetting that he's a totem just because the graphic.
Yeah, so
Wait, no,
I'm
he's
still
not.
up in the air
He's
whether
not
he
a totem.
should.
He's not.
Oh, he's a totem. He's
he's
a
not.
totem, all right.
He's
No,
a totem.
he says
It
totem.
says totem right
He
at the bottom of
summons
his
the-
card.
What?
It
You're
says it
thinking
right at the
of,
bottom. Totem Golem.
You're-
He's a totem.
you're thinking,
No, not Totem Golem. I'm talking about Tuskar.
Well, we're not talking about Tuskar.
Well, it says the only reason to play Tuskar Totemic, which he said was his least favorite totem, but it isn't a totem.
No, he's saying that's the only reason to have Tuskar Totemic in your deck.
what's going on? I'm
Oh
going
my
crazy.
goodness, all my favorite people are in the chat room. Hi, guys.
I know, right? Our chat room's bonkers. I love
Since
you
I'm not in
guys.
chat, I guess that leaves me out.
You're in chat.
I'm gonna put something in chat.
Uh-oh.
How do I do it?
It depends what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to use Twitch chat is what I'm trying to do.
You act like you've never used it before and that this is the first time
Well,
you've done a podcast.
I know, right?
Oh, we have a new host today, Espo.
That's right. Last week we had a new host. It was Ariana.
Next week it'll be Dad's turn.
Now, I have to say, Ariana's replacement was a little better prepared, so
What?
I'm kidding.
Huh?
Eh, I don't want a captain's parrot. I'm sorry, I just don't.
There we go.
What are you talking about?
I tried to put a parrot in Twitch chat. Maddie, Espo, welcome to the show. Thanks, guys. It's nice to be on. I appreciate you inviting me. Actually, I don't think I was invited. I think I just showed up.
Yes.
Well, guess what? It's 3:04, and I think we're ready, right?
I think we're
I'm
ready.
trying to earn my gold for a pack here.
Oh my
So I
goodness!
can open it on the show.
You
But
know
I
what?
need to
What
win
am I
3
at?
games and it doesn't look so good.
I'm at 310 gold.
What? I'm at 50.
I'm saving my gold for the next adventure.
Already?
Mm-hmm. Because I have all the cards, which is weird. Like, no,
You
I
have
don't
all the cards?
No, I don't have all of them, but I have quite a few. So,
Okay, you heard it here first. Espo has all the cards.
I'm
geez.
gonna die.
No longer casual.
Dude, I did it right. Success. Right there. There we go. Kappa.
So whenever Ariana finishes, we can
Go for it. Don't
There
mind
we
me.
go.
okay.
Yeah, because the next adventure, Ice Crown Citadel. Let's do it.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Who said that?
What?
Espo, when he was hiding under the table.
Okay.
Check. Ice
Okay,
cream.
I'm gonna push the button.
Okay.
You know, that
What are we
one button.
doing again? What are we like? I mean, seriously, what are we specifically?
Seriously,
talking?
this is a podcast
Shaman?
about casual Hearthstone.
Are we going through every card?
Your dad will push a button, and we will sit still without talking, and then we'll start bobbing our head to the music, and then he'll say, "I'm Vestidius." You say, "I'm
The
Arianwin," and
okay,
I will
the
dramatically
part of the
explain
notes-
my name.
The part of the notes that is the core show is empty.
Whoa! Hey, don't let out the secret.
There's no notes. There's like before and after.
Somebody mute her. Mute her.
I
Hurry
can't.
Up.
know
Oh,
what we're-
gee.
How do I know what we're talking about?
I
It's
can
just
do this.
Shaman, and then there's no notes.
You got to raise the volume on that Vestidius because she's out of control.
Child.
She is out of control.
Guys,
She ruined our guys. You ruined our disguise. The whole show's ruined. Everybody knows our secret that we don't really have show notes.
And it just matches our MO, you know. I don't read the cards. We don't have show notes. I mean, what's the difference, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm hitting
you
record.
No, seriously. Are
Seriously,
we just
I'm
going
hitting
through
record.
every card? Is this what's happening?
Look at the slideshow. Look at the slide.
So we're just going through every card. What?
No,
Just Shaman.
not every- Oh my goodness.
Just the new Shaman card.
Look at-
Just the new ones?
Look at the show notes.
Look
at
at
show
the
notes.
slideshow.
I'm looking.
At the
You got
slideshow.
slideshow.
So
You
just
got
the
show
new
notes.
Well,
Everything
what about all
explained.
the old Shaman cards?
Why would we go through all the old Shaman cards when an expansion just came out?
Oh my God.
Nobody told me.
My head hurts. My face hurts. My stomach hurts. Oh, you broke
Just
the
start the
podcast.
show, people.
You
this is-
broke the podcast.
No, this is just normal. Just start the show.
Yeah, we know you're new. We know you're new. It'll be
Oh,
all right.
hush.
Are we ready now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go get some coffee. Kidding. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Kappa. Got a full cup right here.
Hey, I've got my juice
Your go juice.
Juice.
and a backup.
Nice. I don't have backup. I have hand sanitizer though. Maddie, let's just talk about the basic shaman cards from the classic set. Maddie's trolling you, Ariadne.
Okay.
Aw.
See, the thing is, we're relying
No,
on
no, no.
you for your shaman enthusiasm. So
Enthusiasm I can
to,
do.
to
Knowledge,
get to
not so
get through this whole thing.
much.
So
Experience, not really
we
either.
didn't want to put a limit on how much enthusiasm you would have on the shaman. So we didn't want to put anything in the notes to
Don't say
cause an
shaman.
issue. So
I finally got you saying it the right way. Okay, let's start.
okay.
Let's go, people.
got this.
Moving on. Gotta get one in there.
Okay, then here we go. You're listening to Legend of the Innkeeper, the Hearthstone podcast for casual players.
Ah, you're new here. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Welcome to Legend of the Innkeeper. I am Vastidius.
I'm Marianne.
And I was Arianwin, but now I am Espo.
And what he means by that is we had their images a little swapped on our Twitch display, and unfortunately, Espo was wearing the Ariana label, and Ariana was wearing the Espo label, which maybe that might have been an improvement.
I was gonna say I don't know that would have been unfortunate. I mean, I would have been a lot better looking.
Anyway,
Guys.
so we are going to chat some more about TGT this week. In fact, we are going to go into a single class. We did Paladin a couple weeks back, but this week we're going to talk about Shaman.
No.
What?
She says
Shaman? Shaman.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Yes.
I
Please.
forgot. So, Shaman.
I had to train you of that. You used to call it shaman.
No, I didn't. I always called it
Yes, you did.
Shaman. Shaman.
Well, that. Shaman.
Yes.
Well, the week that we did Paladin, we talked about all the TGT Paladin cards, and TGT wasn't actually out yet. So we really didn't have that firsthand experience with Mysterious Challenger, and I want to say I may have downplayed. In fact, I know I did Mysterious Challenger. It's definitely a hot card right now, and I don't think I knew it was going to be such a hot card. Eye for an Eye still is a horrible secret, and there are still other horrible Paladin secrets, but
I played
think
an arena
Mysterious-
match. I played an arena match this week with Paladin, and there was one time the only card I could pick was Eye for an Eye. It was sad. I mean, I had two really bad choices, and Eye for an Eye was the best card to choose, and I was
watching him
using
play.
Hearth Arena to do it too. So
That's tough.
I was spectated him and I was like, eye for an eye? Really?
it's just
What were
funny
the other two
how
options?
much. It was bad.
I mean, it had to be Wisp and Angry Chicken.
Yeah, they had empty card spots, is what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
I can tell you later, but because I have it on my Hearth Arena profile.
It was actually, even though it can't happen, it was Deathwing, and Eye for an Eye. And Vestidius knew that if he picked Deathwing, he would play it wrong and ruin his whole arena run.
No, I definitely would have picked probably
Deathwing.
Deathwing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right, okay.
So yes, this week, why don't we talk about what we did this week real quick?
I'll go first.
Okay, great. That's an awesome option.
I flew from Oregon back to Texas. Well, not back. I've never been here. So I am now in the same house as Dad.
Do we need to prove it?
No.
No.
Yeah, so it's definitely hotter here. Uh, when I left Oregon, it was in the 60s. And now here it's in the 90s, going to be in the hundreds. So a little bit, quite the change. I haven't even been here 24 hours yet,
So
but
we're walking out of the airport towards the parking garage, and we're getting closer and closer to the edge of the garage. And all of a sudden, you just, when you get transition, right before you get to the doors, all of a sudden you can start feeling it. I looked over and I said, "Do you feel that?" She goes, "Ugh, what's that?" That's
I was
bad.
like, this is gross.
And then the doors opened, and she stops at the door. I'm like,
Everybody else
"Come
kept
on, come
walking, and
on!"
I'm like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
I can't breathe. What is this?
I was like, oh, it is harder to breathe when it's so stuffy.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the
I mean,
silver.
I own boxes and boxes of sweaters, and I'm like, wait, do shorts? What are those? You
So a
know?
little bit of system shock, but she'll get used to
Um,
it fairly quick. So yeah, she did a lot of traveling. Did you play
yep.
any on the plane?
No, there was no Wi-Fi, or
Oh,
you have to pay for it. So anyway, I did play a little bit. I played against my friend with my Shaman deck, and he was playing Paladin and crushed me every time. So then I decided it was time to do something else. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I played a little bit of Tavern Brawl as well.
well, when we asked earlier this week, we were talking about show titles and what we wanted to cover, and I mentioned to you, I said, well, we were thinking about covering one of the classes and maybe Shaman, and you said, absolutely Shaman. You just screamed that out on chat. So
I was like, Shaman.
Well,
So Shaman is my favorite class right now.
that's
Definitely.
also the when I asked our Facebook group what class they wanted to go over first, they said shaman. So
Mm.
that's the so when we got our first class, obviously Paladin was an iTunes review. I said whoever sends in an iTunes review with the class,
yep.
then we'll do that one, and that was Zeroshio's wife. So although I think it might have been someone else hacking her account.
Yeah.
What about you, Espo? How'd your week end up?
Well, school is in session. We've got kids doing the artwork in my classroom. So, for those of you that don't know, I teach kindergarten through fifth grade art, and I see close to probably 650 kids a week. So I get pretty busy, and this week definitely doing some art, learning new kids' names, and enjoying that, and then coming home, playing with baby horses. I'm sorry, dragons, and building some new warlock decks. This week I experimented with two decks that I like to. One I like to call Infinite Dread, using the Dreadsteed, Baron Rivendare, Kel'Thuzad, and a few other cards. And then I also have another deck called Maybe Dragons, which there might be some dragons in there. It's a big maybe. But
I think when you cross the threshold of 10, that no longer considers it a maybe. And I believe I understand you're a few over 10.
Yeah, I'm a few over 10 with the amount of dragons that are in there. So I'm also well over 10 in wins towards my golden warlock. I wanted to get it for today's episode, but I didn't play this week. I mean, and when I did play,
Don't tell me that. You're saying I could have caught up?
It was I played Brawl a lot this week's, and I'll talk about it later. But I played Brawl quite a bit, and ended the week with 457 out of 500.
Wow. 397.
So I did get some wins, but yeah, you're doing all right. 50 behind. You'll catch me, dude.
Wait,
Well,
did
the
you
problem-
say 497?
397.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what? There's only 3 wins away?
Oh yeah, I would have stayed up till midnight just to make sure I got that if I was that close.
Yeah, right?
I've been playing the Paladin. I've been playing a Paladin deck, and that's been my go-to deck this week. Just been having a blast with it. I'm sorry if you're not finished.
No, well, I had one question to kind of lead into to segue into you talking, and that was where I ended. Because I think we got our chests for the first time after the show, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I ended up rank 12 and got my rank 12 chest and pulled some fun cards. Golden Ball of Spiders was the rare, and then I got a common gold, 20 or 25 dust, and the card back. So wanted to know how you guys ended your season and what locker you got to open or chest.
Well, I was at 16, and I really pushed that evening trying to get into the 15s so that I could upgrade my chest, but I did not make it. So I kept winning and losing, winning and losing, winning and losing, just back and forth. And I was one win away, but then lost 2 or 3 in a row and just said, it's not going to happen this month. So I put it away. Unfortunately, I didn't get much worth talking about. So
you didn't get a legendary by accident, like Blizzard just totally screwed up and gave you a legendary.
No, not this time. But so far this month, I'm only still at a rank 20 chest. I've been experimenting, been playing around with different decks, but mostly that Paladin. I've just been having a blast with it. Although, obviously, if I'm not winning as well as I should be with the Paladin, I should probably switch to something else. But yeah, that's been a fun week regardless. And I did.
It's how much fun you have. How much fun you're having.
I think it was Wednesday when I remembered about Tavern Brawl. That was showing how much distraction I've had. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, Tavern Brawl, and I played one round and got my pack, and then moved on back to the decks. Working with my Paladin deck. So it's been lots of fun. But other than that, it's been a busy week for us with getting Ariaman back in town and then work and all the other usual things. So not a whole lot of time to do much else.
Yeah, my best ranked chest, it says I made it to rank 17 already this season, but I don't believe that. I don't know how I did that, because I haven't. I've been playing some crazy Shaman, and I don't know. I'm not very good at the Shaman. Like I said, before TGT officially dropped, I experimented learning the old Shaman cards, and then when the new Shaman cards came out, I built a few decks, and this week I played Shaman a little bit and somehow made it to 17, but of course now I'm sitting at 20. So maybe I made it to 17 with my Warlock, and then I decided to play Shaman and tanked back down to 20.
Now, Ari, where did you end up?
I was at 19. I don't quite remember what I think I got some dust and
the card back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one other thing I did is I got off the show last week, and Ariama's sister, who's kind of thinking about getting into Hearthstone a little bit, comes up to me. She goes, I need your help. I need to win 3 more games so that I can get my card back for the season. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can do that for you. So I sat down, and she's at rank 23. 23. I'm like, you'd need more than 3 wins. You need like 6. And I've got like 2 hours to do it, or 3 hours to do this before you run out of time. So here I go again. So played a bunch of games that got her down to 20, so she could get her back.
That sounds familiar. I remember maybe a year ago that I heard you say almost the exact same thing, where someone said, I gotta finish this quest, and I just don't have the time. Dad, can you finish this quest for me?
Yeah.
Well, I know the last time we had to do it for her, she had to have the rainbow card back, because she's a huge rainbow fan. So
that's
rainbow
right. You were
back,
up.
I was up trying to
really
get that.
late.
So
yeah, I remember that. Maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think it is. Yeah,
that might be it.
So, anyways, some good stuff happening around here. Any other things you want to share this week, or shall we move into the news? Great, perfect. We'll move into the news. So, a couple things. This week we saw there was a article that came out that talked about a new collegiate Hearthstone tournament that's coming out. It is Blizzard and Tespa have announced this new tournament that has a $100,000 prize pool in it, which is crazy considering they already have the other $250,000 prize pool coming up for, or is that for BlizzCon? Just 250,000?
No, 250,000 was the Archon Team League.
Right, but what is BlizzCon? Is that a million? Is
Uh,
it a million or is it 250?
I'm not sure because I know the winner gets like
100.
100,000.
Right.
So
Well, this one
I'm
is a
pretty sure
$100,000.
Archon Team League was the one that was 250,000.
Yep. So yeah, this one is $100,000. It is a share of the prize pool. So that's gonna be crazy. You know, just having something like that, and that's gonna begin on September 28th, with the grand finals finishing in January. But if you're interested in signing up, you can go to their TESPA's website and see if you qualify. So a lot of fun. It's really cool to see something big like that come out too. So, and then the other thing I wanted to mention is they're just ways to help promote the show. We have another opportunity where you can vote for our show on Podcast Land, and I have a link in the show notes for you. And when you just go to that link, all you have to do is click on the vote button if you like our show and want to help us get up the rankings. And when you do, you have to put in your email address to vote for that. But only one vote per email address. And it's just a matter of just opportunity getting us out there in front of other people. If you want to help do that, we would really appreciate it. It's just one little thing that will possibly get us as their podcast of the month. And it's just an effort we'd like to see happen. So, and also one thing I should probably mention is I noticed in our our show records that one of our episodes just broke 3,000 downloads, which is
Wow.
huge for us.
You know what it is. Everybody wanting to know what to use their 1600 dust for.
Yeah, it was actually. It was the crafting the legendaries was the show
Really?
that's gone over.
It's a big deal, man. That's a big step. You got to get some advice. What should I craft?
So hopefully that was a very informative show for the people who listen to it. I certainly hope so. But we appreciate you guys downloading and listening to it and hanging out with us. So, but that's it for news. There's not much, a whole bunch. Did you guys watch the podcast this week, Angry Chicken, when they did their 100th episode?
Yeah. I actually watched it. Yes.
Did you see the way that what's his name was on the show? Good night. My brain's not working today.
We're talking Bills?
Everybody from Team 5 was on the show. So
At the very beginning.
Okay, there was Ben Brode.
Thank you, Ben Brode. Did you
Okay,
see it? Did you see it in the beginning when he did?
Yeah. He took his hoodie off and he had a suit jacket and a tie and then a chicken head.
That was hilarious. It was so funny.
That's so
It was the
awesome.
angry chicken,
Like,
literally.
can you imagine, like, you're at work and part of your job is to obviously he's promoting the game, so it's not far out of his job description. So his job is to just hang out and talk about the game that he's working on. And he can, well, what's the attire? Well, you wear whatever you want, including a rubber chicken head.
That's right. And then a little bit later
And-
throughout that interview, some of the guys behind him started putting the head on and running around the background doing stuff, and it was really hilarious.
Yeah, Yang Wu was definitely in on it. He grabbed the chicken head, I guess, off Ben's desk and was strutting around and then did 100 push-ups. And yeah, shout out to the Angry Chicken. They've been doing a lot of good stuff for obviously over 2 years now if they have 100 episodes in. And
Yeah,
really
I mentioned in
cool
chat,
stuff.
I said, I hope we can get Ben Brode on our 100th episode. And Vicious Syndicate was in the chat room. He's like, "Oh, you got a little ways to go." I said, "Hey, dude, we just recorded 60 yesterday, so
I know,
we're
right?
right there. We're right there. We're getting closer."
Yep, we're getting there.
So
We're
Ben
getting there.
Brode, Chicken Mask is coming again.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe something different then. We'll give him wear the horse head. And
The
he'll,
horse-
be, the,
oh,
he'll be the
geez.
Dread Steed on our show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I love Dreadsteed.
Anyway, sorry.
Moving on.
Sidetracked a little bit there. Yeah, so what's next?
All right,
Big
so
gap
let's
in the
talk-
middle of the show notes. So I'm not sure what we're going to talk about.
There's a big gap. What are you talking about?
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
Well, did you guys do some brawling this week?
Yes, one game.
Oh, geez. How about you, Ariana?
Yes, I'm doing a brawl right as we speak.
She's trying to get that, so she can't get the 100 gold for her pack during the after show.
I've been
she's-
defeated twice.
That explains why she's so quiet.
Yeah, she's concentrating. Well, since she's quiet, we'll go on to my segment, which is aptly named Espo Mode. This week, it's Raining Mana. Maybe there's a song kind
Oh my
of
goodness.
like that. I don't know, somewhere along the line. I don't know.
It's raining, man.
I forget what band it was. It was a bunch of ladies with umbrellas and men were falling from the sky. You know those crazy
What
80s
are we
videos?
talking about?
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to the show.
What?
So, yeah, when you play this card, umbrellas get put up and men fall from the sky and land on.
What
No.
card? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So, in this week's Brawl, we have a constructed deck from your collection, which usually I'm kind of not. I don't like the ones where you have to construct your own deck from your own collection, and the reason for that is because I have a heart for all the new players out there, and it's tough to be competitive in these brawls when your collection's really small, when it's one of these kind where you have to take cards from your own collection. And you've already played with those cards in your collection. So it's not like you're getting anything new. The only thing that you're getting new in this week's Brawl is you're able to play those cards faster. So in this week's Brawl, it is Raining Mana because turn 1 you get 1 mana. Turn 2 you get 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then 9, and obviously 10 and on. And you get this mana quicker, so you're able to play those bigger minions faster. You're able to get those combos off quicker. So it's kind of nice because those old combo decks where you had to wait a long time and sometimes your combos didn't get off because someone already knew about them and stifled your plans, you can get them off quicker. So in this Brawl, you get your pack quicker, and that's what I like about it. So even though it is a construct from your own collection Brawl, I like it because it tends to be over quick. That way you can jump into your next match, or you can just get away from it if you've got your pack. So
Maybe you get your pack quicker.
Yeah,
I'm having trouble.
Well, you lose a lot quicker too in this, and that's I didn't want to say the word lose because but yeah, you get it over quick and you can start the next.
I agree. I've already lost 3 times during the show.
Right. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You get to play a lot of the cards that you don't usually get to play because someone has beaten you already, or you just don't have enough mana and the game's over before you get to play those cards. I think I posted it on Twitter. I had a really fun priest deck that I played, and maybe that was the deck I went 8-0 with in Brawl. I can't remember. But either way, I had a lot of fun with Shaman and Priest and Warlock in this Brawl. I think I played 1 or 2 games with Hunter, and it was cool. I like this constructed Brawl because it enables you to play a lot of the cards that you normally don't get to play if your collection isn't large. So definitely a neat Brawl. Obviously, Ariana's having a little bit of a tough time with it.
This is not my favorite Brawl.
Yeah? Okay, opinions then. Ariana, not your favorite.
Yeah. I don't... It's kind of the same as a regular game. It's just you can play things faster. And I guess I have trouble building a deck for it. Because when I had a lot of high-cost minions, then I could only play 1 a turn. Meanwhile, my opponent is playing like tons of smaller minions and then beating me up or destroying every 1 minion I put down. So it's just difficult to figure out how to build a deck for it. I guess I need more removal than I have been putting in.
Yeah, I loaded it up with, I did a mage, and I loaded up with spells.
I did that too, and I did okay. But it's not tons of fun.
Well, with these constructed, like I said, I don't normally like these constructed brawls because it kind of maybe not punishes, but it's a little tougher for the new player. 1, because their collection's smaller, and 2, Ariana just brought up a good point. Some people are intimidated by having to construct decks. If you're a new player, deck construction sometimes doesn't come naturally unless you're a card player from like Magic the Gathering or another kind of TGT. Constructing a deck isn't the easiest thing to do. So for these constructed brawls, it's a little bit intimidating. It's a little bit difficult. So, but it's still fun because you can kind of just throw a bunch of big minions in there, maybe a few removal spells, and still at least get your win within 2 or 3 matches.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I had 2 mirror entities. I did also throw in 2 Pyroblasts, Ronin, Archmage Antonidas, 2 Flame Strikes, 2 Blizzards, 2 Flame Lances, 2 Dragon's Breaths, and just loaded up on all that.
All new players have those cards.
Exactly, absolutely. And most of them were golden, too.
Yeah, who doesn't have, Ronin and 2 Pyroblasts, Oh,
the golden Pyroblast is awesome looking, by the way. I just have to say that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so any other words on this week's Tavern Brawl?
I heard a lot of complaints about it just because of the fact it was, again, you have to create your own decks. So yeah, I think it really depends on the person. You're gonna have a lot of people who are really in favor of creating your own because you get to do all kinds of experimental things. But I think a lot of people who are new to the game or are still learning to the game or don't have the cards, like a lot of new players would be in that situation, they don't like these as much. So I think this is more of a favorite for the people who are experienced with the game and have a lot of cards to choose from versus those people who are still starting out. So I can see that.
And you bring up a good point. These brawls that are constructed brawls, where you construct your own deck, are very good for the experienced player to experiment with.
Yep.
And I think, I know when we were first talking about Tavern Brawl, when it first debuted, we were saying that it's a great way for Blizzard to see how we are breaking the cards, if you know what I mean. In fact, just this past week, I watched a video where Nosdorma was used to basically steal your opponent's turn. At the end of your turn, you would play Nosdormu, and obviously making the rope immediately start, and then you would play 2 Joust minions, and what would happen is you would click end turn, and then the 2 Joust minion animations would be going off. By the time they resolved, the rope would be gone for the other player, and they would be robbed of their turn. This is basically taking mechanics that are in the game and using them against your opponent, which, if you're smart enough to figure that out, if you know how to manipulate the mechanics in the game in that way, well then, in my opinion, go for it. Maybe that's your way of having fun, robbing your opponent of their turn. I guess it would be similar to maybe playing Magic the Gathering, and at the end of your turn, you just go ahead and flip the table over so that they have to pick up all their cards off the floor, and by the time they're done picking them up, the shop is closed and the tournament's over. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah. Anyway, it's I think Tavern Brawl is a cool way for experienced player, at least this kind of Tavern Brawl, the constructed deck one, is a cool way for experienced players and some new players that have a lot of cards to experiment and kind of figure them out. And obviously another way for Blizzard to do a little R&D. They can be Big Brother and watch how we break the cards.
Now, just a note, they did fix the Nozdormu issue. It was fixed.
Yeah. I kind of figured they would. It's the same thing with, the animations before. Like I know they changed Sludge Belcher.
Yep.
Because what would happen is you'd kill the initial Sludge Belcher, and the ooze, you couldn't target it for it was 2 or 3, almost 2 seconds. And that means a lot. If you can't target it right away. So they're going to continue to change things, and I think Tavern Brawl is actually going to help them in their R&D and help them find these small little, and they're not bugs. It's just game mechanics that are causing issues and causing gameplay to not be so fun. Like I said, you're kind of robbing your opponent of their turn, or you're not kind of doing it, you are.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And these are the types of things that just wouldn't show up until something like this happens where that situation is available. And somebody
Yeah.
accidentally figures it out and goes, oh, whoops, I think I'm going to take advantage of this and keep running with it. So
I don't think it's so much of an accident. I think it's more of a, they just know what they're smart enough to know what's going on, and take advantage of it. So like in a World of Warcraft, Rez and I skip chests all the time in Karazhan. We just walk outside, go around, jump in a window, jump out a window. So
cheater,
yeah.
cheater.
Yeah, well, you take advantage of game mechanics, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Our accounts are still going, so yeah. But anyway, moving on
Okay.
to Shaman. I'm actually excited to talk about
Ooh.
Shaman this week,
Yay.
and we have a slideshow. Vestidius, I don't know if you have that up on Twitch yet.
Not yet.
First of all, for our top 3, which this week is a top 1, pick your favorite totem of all totems.
You want to do it after we talk about the cards, or are you ready now? It
Let's
sounds
do it
like you're
now,
excited
'cause
right now.
We're not going to talk about all the totems, so.
Okay, all right. Well,
Well-
Ariane, since you're so excited about it, why don't you go ahead?
Well, my favorite totem is still the same as the last time we talked about Shaman, which is the
Okay.
healing totem.
All right.
He is my faithful little best friend. And yeah, I mean, I always like having him on the board because he heals up my little minions. I can trade better that way because I can trade, and then I'm like, oh, he has a 2 attack, and now my dude has only 2 health left. Oh, I end my turn, and then he heals up to 3, and now my opponent is stuck.
So when you say healing totem, is that the one that's summoned from your hero power?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So you, what is the new legendary that allows you to choose healing totem every time?
Just a card, something.
True. Just
True
a card, True Heart. There you go. So do you have Just a card, True Heart yet?
No.
There you go. We're on a mission now. Everybody.
Do I need it? Is it worth it?
Well, if you want to see your healing totem every time, then yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that it's random.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
Don't you?
do you get excited, or are you like, will I see my best friend? Or oh,
I just want all the totems on the board.
Okay, there you go.
But yes, I get excited, and I like the aspect of, oh, which one am I gonna get this time? Like I really need this one. I've grown to like that part of it, of Shaman.
Yeah, right. You kind of that's part of watching this game, part of enjoying this game is, ooh, is Ragnaros gonna hit face, or is he gonna take out that KT? You know what I mean?
I had something that happened to me this week. They had 3 minions on the board, and I just needed him to hit face, and he did. Ragnaros. Yes.
Look
Yes.
at Ragnaros. There you go. Now, see, would Moger have done that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Mogan tries,
no.
but he fails me.
That was
Just
a,
made
that was-
Kraska happy.
I was gonna say that's a shout out to my boy Kraska.
No,
So,
Mogan has a huge magnet on him that says, everyone attack me. And then he dies with the 50% thing before I can even use him. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Moger is he's a force to be reckoned with, or
His
a
card
force.
text actually says 100% chance to hit Moger.
Okay, there you go. For you, yours says that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Vestidius, how about you? What totem are you looking at?
I chose Vitality Totem just because he comes in so handy when my health is down. And I think of all the totems themselves, I think I like his image the best too. The card art on it is just very cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of a personal preference, but it's very blue. There's a lot of blues in there, and I like blue. So I went with a Vitality Totem because he's blue.
I was debating between this one too because it is really good.
It's just, it is a target a lot of times, but many times I think people neglect it or they look past it sometimes because usually when I'm able to get it out, I have something bigger on the board that causes them to draw their attention in that direction. And next thing you know, I'm at full health. And that's just so cool to be able to redirect very quickly and get yourself healed back up if you can keep them on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this card, if I remember correctly, is end of turn, right? So you get that
Yes.
4 health
You get a
Yeah.
4 health boost, and then if you can keep going, it just keeps causing trouble for your opponent.
So unless it's sniped, there's really, sniped or well, I think that's the only way to immediately get rid of it when you play it, correct?
You could do the mage secret when you
No, that's when you attack with it that it gets vaporized. So I think snipe would be the only way to stop this. Cards that have immediate board impact are usually pretty good. Vitality Totem, though, I mean, you gotta play it when they don't have like,
a board
tons
full.
of. Yeah, if they have a board full, it's kind of like that 4 health isn't gonna
3 health.
unless you. Is it 3?
Well, it's the totem has 3 health.
But I mean, like,
but it's 4 health restoring. Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So you play it behind a couple taunts. That way, it gives you more than 1 turn, and you're golden. In the new Shaman Totem build, maybe give it some health. Maybe it ends up being quite a good play. Okay, pretty cool.
And
I
yours?
chose the Totem Golem. He is a new guy. He is actually in TGT, and he's 2 mana, 3 attack, 4 health with an overload of 1. He's actually a totem, but his card art looks like
it looks like a minion.
Yeah, it does. I see a hand and a head.
And
obviously
feet.
his head. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
When you actually blow it up and look at the art, it's a totem golem that's running towards you.
Yeah, he's
with his hair on fire. That's why he's running towards you, is because his hair's on fire.
Well, I think he's disguised as a Tauren too. He's so Arianwen loves the Tauren, so I thought she would have picked this one, but
He's not a Tauren.
You don't like fake Taurens?
No. And
Well,
I don't dislike him. He's okay.
My flavor text for him when
Which
we were
you made
doing
up.
when we were doing our top totems, I chose this guy because he's basically the only reason to play Tuskar Totemic, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Well, his real flavor text is, what happens when you glue a bunch of totems together?
Maybe I'll have to try that in art class someday. we do use glue.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about them shaman cards.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I've got oops, Hearthstone up, not my screen.
All right. The first
There we
card.
are.
Ancestral Knowledge. 2 cost spell. Draw 2 cards. Overload of 2. I haven't played this card yet.
No.
I have not either.
I played with it.
I do have
Yeah.
2 of them, but I haven't played it.
I'm not happy with it. I played it, and I think I'd rather play Mana Tide. It's tough. If it had Overload 1, I think I would be okay with it. But paying 4, I mean, granted it's over 2 turns, but paying 4 to draw 2 cards, I think's a little bit too much. At least it was for me. I couldn't really get it to work. I did play it one time where I played this and then played the Larva Shark right after it. Larva Shark Hype. And it was cool, but I'm not happy with it. It's I wouldn't say subpar. It's an average card.
Okay.
There's
I'll have
other
to play
cards that draw a little bit easier, I think.
Well, what is the card that removes your overload?
Lava Shark. Wait.
I just said it.
I was busy looking at all the cards. If there's several cards in this expansion that does really fit well with the Larva Shark.
Yeah.
Being that you could use them to eliminate some of this overload that you get from all these different things that are being added on. So definitely overload heavy when you go flipping through the card decks now. You got lots of overload in there.
Mm-hmm.
Lots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure it fits in some decks, maybe even an overload deck. But I just didn't feel like it worked for me. But then again, I'm not that hardcore of a shaman player. So
Yeah.
I'm not, not that great at using overload to my advantage, or at least manipulating it to where I'm not getting hurt by it. It still hurts me a little bit. So
Okay,
Yeah.
well, moving to the next one then, which we've already started talking about already.
The Totem Golem. I like this card.
Which is 2 mana, 3/4 totem minion with an overload of 1.
and he is a totem. I like this guy. Like I said, he's probably the only reason to play the Tuskar Totemic.
No.
And then,
Yeah.
well, then you add in the Thunder Bluff Valiant, which has an Inspire feature that gives your totems +2 attack,
Well, I tell you what I found. Go ahead, Ariana.
and Draenei Totem Carver, which adds +1/+1 to all friendly totems.
I want to say something.
Go
And
ahead.
then you. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Really? I like playing this guy on turn 5, right after the Unbound Elemental. Because then you have the Elemental gains 1/1 whenever you play a card with Overload. So he becomes a 3/5. And then you put down this guy as well, and he's a 3/4. So turn 5, you have a 3/5 and a 3/4. It's pretty good, especially with one of them. My totem deck is also partially Overload because I have the Unbound Elementals in there. And so that's it's really nice to have both avenues that you can use, so that when you use Overload cards, you're also benefiting from it with your elementals, but then you also have the totem cards that benefit from your other totem buffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my shaman deck right now, Ariana, you just remind me. My shaman deck right now is called Totemly Overloaded. So I got you. I'm there. You and I, we got it. We figured it out.
Can I steal that name? Because that's a really good deck name.
I've been known to I don't know that they're good, but I've been known to be decent at naming decks.
Well, right now mine is called Overload Totems ? Because I
Okay,
forgot.
you're getting there.
It's.
You're getting there. I like it. Using question marks in your deck names is good. I approve. But my favorite play so far with the Totem Golem has been play Totem Golem on turn 2, and then turn 3 you have 2 mana, and I'll play the Flame Tongue Totem, which gives him an extra 2 attack, and then if those 2 guys stay alive, both of them are totems, then you play the what is her name? You named her the Draenei Totem Carver, and she comes out on turn 4 as a 6/6 because you have 2 friendly totems on the board. So that's been my favorite play. I'm sorry.
Let me read her stats.
Oh, she's 4/4 for 4, and she gained +1/+1 for each friendly totem.
Yeah.
So you play turn 2 Totem Golem. Turn 3 you only have 2 mana, so you play the Flame Tongue, and then Flame Tongue doesn't have Overload. So turn 4 you have 4 mana. You play her, the Draenei Totem Carver, and win. So I'm pretty sure.
I like it.
I'm like 99% that's the play that I really enjoyed doing, as long as they didn't remove any of my minions. And the one thing I like about Totem Golem is he's got 4 health, and it's only an overload of 1. So if you kind of play a few minions in your deck that are 2 cost, playing him on turn 2 and then playing, you should probably have another 2 costed card or minion in your deck that you can play right after him. That overload isn't that bad. So that's my opinion on the Totem Golem.
Well, cool.
Yeah, and if you it's not even too bad at the beginning of the game, even if you coin him out, because then play him on turn 2, because then the next turn you can still hero power, which is what you'd want to do anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then so that's turn 3, you're hero powering, and then turn 4 you play the Totem Carver, and she's a 6/6. If these guys stay alive, and usually the Totem Golem, he usually stays alive. I mean, like I said earlier, that 4 health is it's a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that whole conversation really shows you how much versatility the shaman has, because in the past there hasn't been as much versatility with the overload cards because it's been more of a hindrance than it has been a positive. And you guys both just mentioned many ways to take advantage of that now with these additional cards that are coming out with that.
There's still really only two ways that you can benefit from overload, though, and that is the Unbound Elemental, and then also the Lava Shock. Trying to say it the right way.
It's so hard.
What is the actual name of this card?
Larva Shock.
Yeah, so I mean, because in Lava Shock you're not really benefiting. It's just that it feels like a waste if you're not unlocking any mana crystals. Because that one does 2 damage and unlocks any mana crystals. So I wish that they would have a few more benefits, but I think we'll see that in the future.
Well, cool. Next card we have then is the Elemental Destruction.
It's a 3-cost spell, deal 4 to 5 damage to all minions, overload of 5.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a overload of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now, a lot of overload.
At the very least, this is a flame strike for 3 mana. But your next turn, if you're playing this on turn 3, which I can't, unless someone has managed to flood the board with 4 health minions on turn 2 or turn 3, I don't understand playing this on turn 3. You play this later on when you can play Larva Shark right after and get rid of that overload.
Yep.
If you played this on turn 3, you couldn't play the next turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You'd have to pay Blizzard back.
Yeah.
You'd owe
So
them one.
It is only for 1 turn now?
I played this when I was dying and had no other cards and no minions on the board. And so it cleared their entire board.
Yeah, but you had no turn the next turn.
Yeah, I had 2 to spend, I think. So I played like a totem or something. And then they played it probably everything in their deck and killed me. So, yeah. The thing is that I tried to use this with the Unbound Elemental. I was like, oh, cool, I'll take advantage of that overload. It kills your Unbound Elemental, just so you know. Does 4 to 5 damage to all minions. So it's either alive with 1 health or it's dead. And most likely it's dead. So, yeah. Or does the overload, the benefit from the Unbound Elemental, that takes place first before the spell, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he would have 5 health.
Well, the thing is, you got deal 4 to 5 damage to all minions. Now, there are some cards out there where the all is in caps because people were getting confused and they weren't reading it correctly. I don't know why this one isn't capitalized, and maybe they went back and changed some of the other ones. But I noticed some of the other cards, when it's all minions, all is in caps, and this is not. But I definitely want you to know that when you play this, all minions will take 4 damage, if not 5.
I get this feeling you're talking to me.
Read the cards. That's all I have to say.
Oh.
But, yeah, then, nah. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's just, this card does more damage to you than it does to your opponent.
It depends.
Even if you wipe your entire
board.
board.
Well, if you have no minions on the board, and you do this on a latter turn, like at least turn 5, and you do Lava Shark after that, then it's not that bad of a thing.
Lava Shock.
But what you could do also is you could play this more into turns 8 or 9 and combine this with another overload card and then get more value out of it with the Lava Shark.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I would see possibly using is having the ability to throw this down with something else and be able to get some value out of it. But you're going to have to wait till later in the game to be able to really get the value.
Yeah, this is going to work in, some crazy decks where you have your overloaded death rattle decks, where you don't care if your guys die because they're going to come back to life later, or, they're going to have some kind of benefit to dying. Also, there's a few shaman cards that are, giving your minions death rattle when that allows them to resummon.
Resurrect.
Yeah, there's a few cards out there. Resurrect
Or
is actually
reincarnate, sorry.
yeah, reincarnate is the card. But yeah, there's some cards out there that'll work well with this.
An
I would
ancestral spirit.
definitely I would definitely throw it in one of those decks. I wouldn't throw it in a deck where you're not taking advantage of overload or you're not taking advantage of a death rattle, because this is just going to wreck you.
And to clarify, and reincarnate destroys a minion, returns to the full health. Its ancestral knowledge, no, apologize, ancestral spirit that gives a
go.
minion death rattle. I
Okay,
gave
that's the
part.
one I was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, because it actually turns it into a death rattle minion that resummons that minion when it dies. So you do that, and then you play this card, which destroys everything, and then your guys come back to life. Hopefully theirs don't. So I would play it in a death rattle deck. Maybe an overload deck. I haven't seen a really, really great overload build, but there might be one out there now.
So. This gives me ideas though. I'm itching to go create a deck. In fact, I've been creating one while you guys have been talking, and keep adding cards and removing them. Go, oh yes and no. Oh, I didn't read that card. I need to.
The overload death rattle deck sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, guys. That's your job.
Healing Wave. That's our next card. And Dad is waving. All right. It's healing me, Dad. Okay. 3-cost spell. Restore 7 health. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, restore 14 instead.
How can you not like that?
I've never used it. Have either of you used it?
Nope, haven't used it. Don't have it.
I have 2 of them. I put 1 in my Shaman deck this week and have yet to see it. I think I played like 15 matches. Never saw it. When I did see it in my hand, I either won or lost before I could use it, or didn't need to use it. This is a joust spell. Even though these cards don't say joust, that reveal a minion, that's what the Grand Tournament brought on. It's not a keyword, but it's kind of like a mechanic. Reveal a minion in each deck, which is where each person, that a minion comes out of their deck is revealed. If yours cost more, or the person that plays this, if that player's costs more, you get 14 instead of the 7. So you definitely pay 3 to restore 7 health, and that's to anything. So let's say your KT is down to 1 health, you can play this on him, heal him up. So you don't care about that 14. But, if you don't have any minions in your deck, then you're going to lose. If your minion is the same cost, you're going to lose. But, I mean, paying 3 for 7 health isn't horrible. It's definitely a playable card. I don't think it's amazing, but it'll keep you going, keep those big minions alive.
What is I just totally blanked. Antique. I'm looking it up.
Antique Healbot.
Antique Healbot. So 5 costs, does 8 health.
You can heal a minion, not just yourself.
I'm sorry?
You can heal a minion, not just yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when I said
but
KT's
it feels
down
like
to
a waste.
Yeah.
If they have it feels like you should use it on yourself, especially if you're restoring 14 health and your minion has like 5.
Well, and that's where this card is kind of versatile. Like, you can use it to heal a minion. In that case, you're probably not worried about the 14. So you're not really wanting to win the joust, or you don't care about winning the joust. Or you can heal yourself. So, I don't think this is a bad card. I think it will work. You can, like I said, use it to heal yourself, use it to heal a minion. I like it.
Well, I think it's fairly well balanced too, because your Druid Healing Touch is restore 8 health for 3 cost, so that's your kind of equivalent. That does 8 single health more than this does if you don't get the extra Joust benefit. Your Paladin has Holy Light, which restores 6 health for a 2 cost. That's kind of equivalent. Priest has the Flash Heal for 1 that does 5 heal. And let's see what else we got. That's about the bit for the biggest heals. So, for the number of heals, with that chance of it hitting for 14, that's just, if you take away the 14 part of it, it's still pretty good card regardless.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at these jousting cards. When I was playing let me see, I think it was the Brawl, where it was Inspire versus Joust. I think the Hunter was the jousting. You have to basically look at these cards as, would I play this if, I'm going to lose? If I'm going to lose the Joust, would I still play this? And you kind of weigh your options. You take that Joust or that reveal out of the equation. Would I still play this? If it's a yes, then definitely play it. If it's a no, or it's maybe.
Well, I think your biggest reason you would put this in or not would be, do I have a bunch of large health or large cost minions in my deck? If you don't play this card, because you're going to lose your Joust every single time. Don't put this in your deck. But if you have a bunch of Ragnaroses and other high cost cards in your deck, then that's worth doing it, because then you'll get the benefit more likely than you would if you.
What if
it's
okay. Is that good value still?
I would say it's you have a better value if you have higher cost cards.
Well, and another reason why it's better with the higher cost cards, because most of those higher cost cards are going to have higher health. They're going to be minions that you want to keep stuck on the board. This allows you to keep those minions stuck on the board because you're healing them for 7. So this is going to work good in a Joust deck. It's also going to work good in a deck where you're bringing big minions out. So I think it's a good card. You just got to, put it in the right deck.
Yeah, you probably won't want to use this in a rush deck, because you're going to end up with a lot of small
cards.
Yeah, healing a an arcane golem for 7 health isn't,
not going to do you any good.
No.
Plus,
when that mage pings it for 1, and it's, you're going to pay 3 to heal it for 1.
Plus, a rush deck, the idea is to go all to face and not worry about your health as much. You're more looking to damage and get done before they have a chance to beat you. So,
well, see, and I'm kind of looking at this card as a way to heal my minions, because that's just the way I'm seeing it. Now, of course, the 14 obviously better for me for healing my face, but I'm looking, when I look at this card, I look at the 7 health, because you're going to get that every time. So that's just the way I look at it.
Okay. Well, our next one is. Oh, we just need to skip this one.
No, we're not.
I'm kidding. No. Kidding.
No, I love this card.
Well,
so
why don't you tell us what it is?
The 3-cost, 3/2 minion. He's a Tuskar, a little walrus. Adorable. Battle cry, summon any random totem.
Okay, tell me this. What is going on in this picture? Is that his belly or an egg?
That's his belly.
A totem.
No, the tan. The tan area. That's his belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He has like a henna tattoo on his belly or something. It's very distracting. Like, is it a pregnant walrus? I don't. Is he hiding a totem in his belly? Like, what is going on there?
Oh boy.
It's just markings, Esmo.
Okay. All right. So, this guy, the only totem golem is the only reason I would play this guy. And I experimented with this guy. I'm not talking smack about him, without playing him. I probably played him in like the 15 or so matches that I played Shaman. Half of them I actually played him, and he didn't really make me happy, because he obviously died next turn. That 2 health is, if it was a 2/3, he would be, I think, exponentially better, because he can die to most 1-drops because they have 2 attack. Usually the totem that he brings out has no attack, and it has low health. unless you're the Totem Golem. So, which I have had the Totem Golem drop out of him twice, and I loved him for it. But of course, he died the exact turn after. So, Tuskar Totemic, although you're cute and slightly confusing, I don't like you.
Well, okay then.
I like him because I feel like it's a good way to start getting out totems, because I want to buff them all up. And so really I just want as many out there as possible for my Draenei Totem Carver and for the other ones. And so it's nice just to have something to drop on turn 3 that brings out a totem and I get 2 bodies on the board.
Yeah, and this is true. So you're getting 2 bodies for 3 mana. One of them being something that buffs up your Totem Carver, which I agree. But on turn 4, they're probably gonna either have a spell and a minion, or they're gonna have 2 minions already on the board that's able to take out your Tuskar and get rid of your other totem that he brought out. It's just, I would rather pay 3 mana to get a totem out, a decent.
I think your key here though is that this is going to be a later game card to play. It's going to be a turn 5, 6, 7, 8 type card to play, so that you can take advantage with the Draenei Totem Carver or another one of the cards that's going to buff up your totem health.
Yeah.
So this isn't, I think a lot of and this is, I think Blizzard intentionally is doing this, is the purpose to some of the cards in this last expansion was to extend the game out longer, to allow the games to get into the 7th through 12th rounds, so to speak. And they've said this many times. They want the games to last longer and to be extended out. So that's what the Joust is all about. The Joust is an effect that has to take, that usually is going to be more beneficial the longer you play the game. You're going to get more benefit out of it with multiple combinations at the 7, 8, 9, 10 mana range.
There we go. So Tuskar Totemic, strange walrus with a weird looking belly.
Cute walrus who isn't bad. There you go. All right, Charged Hammer.
Oh, another bad card.
Shaman weapon, 4 cost, 2 attack, 4 durability. Death Rattle, your hero power becomes deal 2 damage.
So all your totems disappear.
No!
For all
Don't
future
take away
intent.
my totems!
Well, so the Death Rattle. Okay, so play this on turn 4. Okay, so you're swinging with it on turn 4. Turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8. You're finally, able to have your hero power deal 2 damage. All the while you're dealing 2 damage with this hammer and taking damage. I don't know. It's slow and it's weird. I like the Shaman hero power. Why would I want to change it to deal 2 damage?
This weapon was created for one thing and one thing only. Blingtron 3000.
So you play this and then play Blingtron.
No.
Play Blingtron as a different character, different class, and it randomly gives you this one.
Which is bad.
Your opponent wants.
There we go.
Blingtron equips a random weapon for each player. So this is the weapon you pray that you do not get.
That will be awesome. Actually, I wanna. Maybe I'll have to craft him just to try and get this weapon on somebody.
Unless you happen to have given it to a mage, then that mage is happy.
Yeah, right. That mage is like, wow, I don't even have to play Fallen Hero. I think is that what the one that gives it an extra damage?
Exactly. Suddenly they have 2 damage. So that may be a bad thing. It may fall back on you again there. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. This isn't the best card. It's not a card I necessarily will put in my deck.
Don't know. I mean, I might want to try it in a fun deck just to mess around with it, but I don't even have the card.
Well, I kind of want to see Ariana play this and then be very upset that she can't summon any totems in her totem deck.
Yeah.
Wait, why did I put this in my deck? Now I don't have any totems.
My little best friend, my little healing totem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like both of you, I don't have it either. So.
Well, I have it.
Oh,
I
you
have
do?
it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So I
Okay.
just I don't know. I chose not to play it to put it in a deck.
Well, then that moves us to the Draenei Totem Carver.
Battlecry, gain 1/1 for each friendly totem.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. It's a 4-cost 4/4, and which right on curve. It's right there. Has the 4 health, 4 attack, for 4 mana, and you can, if you play it right, you can play it on turn 4. Hopefully, you'll already have, which I saw a lot of times, 2 friendly totems on the board. So it comes out as a 6/6.
I've
I
gotten
like
it
it.
as an 8/8.
There you go. So, yeah, if you're building just a totem deck, you could probably play this later game and get it quite large. Play it early game, and like I said, I got it as a 6/6. Actually, I coined it out. Let me see. I coined it out on turn 5 after I hero powered. So I think it was turn 5. Yeah, because I had 6 mana and ended up getting it to a 7/7. But on turn 4, you're looking at probably like a 6/6, 7/7, and then Ariellen said she got it to an 8/8. For 4 mana, not too bad.
Not
Yeah.
bad at all.
The only problem is that they're silence susceptible.
Yeah, Hoot Hoot takes advantage of this card and makes it hurt.
I think almost all the cards in the totem deck are silence susceptible, especially if you're buffing your totems. So there's a lot of silence targets.
Yeah. Well, luckily, most of the buffs that happen, through the Inspire, like the Thunder Bluff,
Valiant.
Aspirant, Valiant, you're buffing all your totems. So they would have to do like a mass silence, which I think I played 2 priests that had mass dispel. So you're seeing, I'm seeing mass dispel being played in ranked.
Well,
which
that's
is
not saying
crazy.
much at rank 20.
Yeah, well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that might have been when I was at rank 17, but which are about the same. It's just, you're going to see more, like Ariaman said, you're probably going to see a lot more silence minions, silence spells being played because of cards like this. And, Mass Dispel would definitely hurt a totem deck because those totem decks buff all the minions because all of them are totems. So
Yep.
just keep that in mind. Anytime you're playing cards that buff other cards, if you can, and they have individual silences in their deck, or you're kind of have a suspicion that they have a silence, spread the love. Buff a couple minions up instead of putting all your eggs into one basket.
Yeah, I tend to do that now. Just learn my lessons a few times. After buffing a single card, single minion over and over again, then they silence it, and you're like, oh, great. Spent all that mana and got nothing.
Yep.
Or they mind control or Sylvanas steal it.
Yeah, even worse.
Yeah, so you buffed it up, and then they use it to kill you.
Yes, exactly. Great. Perfect. Thank you.
But I like this card. I do.
I do too.
Obviously, you got to make sure you have some totems. I wouldn't put it in a deck that doesn't have totems because that would be bad. that'd be a poor choice.
Yep.
Oh, you mean she doesn't carve them for you? Just creates totems out of thin air and.
Moving on.
Anyway, okay. Next card.
Thunderbluff Valiant. 5 cost, 3/6 minion, Inspire, give your totems +2 attack.
There we go.
I wish I could put 4 of these in my deck.
Wow.
I guess you like it then.
Yeah, tell us more. I want to hear how you've been playing this card. How's it working?
I usually wait till much later on in the game to play this. Definitely not on turn 5. I like to wait until I have some totems on the board. Sometimes I probably wait too long. But it's really cool just to, whenever you can put it down and then use your hero power, and it puts down a totem and then gives that totem to attack, as well as your other ones +2 attack. And so then, like, each turn, as you use your hero power, you'll get them up to 2, 4, 6, and then 3 with the 1/1 searing totem. So anyway, and then you can have your other totems that you play, not just with your hero power, that it buffs up as well. And you can put down the Tuskar Totemic and it buffs it up, which is such a good card.
No, it doesn't buff the Tuskar Totemic. It buffs the
What you
totem.
summons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what what I really like about, there's two things that I really like about this card and the Inspire mechanic is the Inspire mechanic, it stays, right? So you're giving your totems +2 attack, and like Arielman said, it stacks. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't disappear at the end of turn. Like that stays. Even after this minion dies, they still have that +2 attack, that +4 attack, however many times you tap that hero power. And when you tap that hero power with this guy already on board, the totem that you summon gets summoned first, and then the Inspire triggers, giving that totem that you summon +2 attack. So,
And I also really like that he's got 6 health. That's
yes,
definitely
that
very
was
nice.
going to be my next point. That big health pool is nice.
Yeah.
Now,
And
what might be fun is to throw in Garrison Commander with this. Garrison Commander
Yeah.
is the card that you can use your hero power twice a turn.
Now he is an epic, so you might not have him yet.
I do not.
Arielman. I actually may throw him in to my my totemly overloaded deck.
Because if you could
yeah.
pop this thing twice and give your totems +2 attack, +4 attack in a single turn, because Garrison Commander is only a 2 cost. And if you have this down in, say, turn 9, your totems suddenly are pretty messed. This is almost like a Savage Roar for Shaman.
Well, you'd already have to have the 2 minions down. You'd have to have Garrison Commander. You'd have to have this guy down. And then, or I'm sorry, have Garrison Commander down, then turn 9, drop this guy, and then hero power twice. Now, granted, you'd probably want some more totems on the board, because your totems that you summon with your hero power won't be able to attack immediately. They'll get the buff, but they won't be able to attack immediately. But that 1 totem or that 2 totems, those 2 totems that you have on the board already will have the +4 attack from your twice hero power inspiring this guy, Garrison Command. Too many cards.
And I really like the
Good luck with that.
This card used to be bad, but it's actually good now. Totemic Might. 0 cost spell, give your totems +2 health.
Okay.
So when you have that down and you're buffing up their attack and everything, you can also just use Totemic Might and give them all +2 health.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't put Totemic Might in my totemly overloaded deck yet. I'm still messing around with it. I might build a separate one that's just a totem deck, but I'm still trying it out. We'll see.
Okay. Well, then our last card is a legendary. He's a card called the Mistcaller. 6 cost, 4/4 minion. Battle cry, give all minions in your hand and deck +1/+1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
that sounds good.
What about throwing this out there and then throwing Resurrect on it? Or not Resurrect, Ancestral.
It doesn't make the battle cry happen twice.
There we go. Ariel, and tell them why.
Because a death rattle just brings them back on the board. It doesn't bring them back to life.
Okay.
Like you have to play it for the battle cry to work.
Then how about I play it with the
Shadow Step.
Panda.
Shadow Step.
The panda that puts it back in your hand.
Okay,
there
you go.
Youthful Brewmaster.
Yeah, you can do that.
And then do it again.
Youthful Brewmaster, yeah.
And do it again.
Again. So in the 15 or so games that I played, this guy, because I pulled this guy actually in a pack, and he's okay. I mean, he's not as awesome as I thought he would be. I actually coined him out on turn 5 and thought, wow, I'm going to have some awesome minions. And it was okay. I mean, he wasn't amazing. He did his job. It was a really cool effect when he came out, because it's like this electric blue mist covering the player's board.
I feel like part of the advantage to him is the scare that your opponent gets when they see this drop. I think that that is part of why I think he'd be a good card. You can't obviously see that. You don't know that they're freaking out at their computer, but they probably are.
Especially if you get
Okay.
this out on turn 5 with the coin. You just gave every minion in your hand and deck +1/+1.
So I had in my hand, I had the Whirling Zap-O-Matic. I had another one in my deck, and then I had the what's the Overload guy? The guy that gets +1/+1 for overloads.
Unbound Elemental.
So yeah, and those I had Unbound Elemental and Whirling Zap-O-Matic in my hand, and then obviously all my minions in my deck, and it was cool. It was nice to have one attack on those totems that normally have 0, but it wasn't enough to really make him like be incredibly awesome.
What about like a Wind Fury deck? That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. Um, I don't know. He wasn't. I I saw him twice, and the 2 times I played him, he didn't really impact the game that much. I don't know. I'd have to play with him a little bit more. He's cool, and I definitely think he's good, but not.
I think it'd be fun to
not
play,
incredible.
to build a deck around him and kind of just to play with it, because it's one of those unexpecteds for your opponent. This is something they're not expecting to see. I think it'd be a kind of a challenge to see what you could pull out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of make it happen.
And
So
especially if you had some of the ones like Raid Leader that give all of your minions +1/1 when they're on the board. Things like that, I think, would add to scaring your opponent, or just like add to buffing up your minions.
okay,
And
how about
it's an
this crazy
interesting way to
idea?
play with it. Okay, let's hear your idea.
How about him and Faceless Manipulator, Youthful Brewmaster twice, and then Venture Co. Mercenary?
Espo, what?
Exactly.
Not
Okay.
Venture Co. Mercenary. I'm sorry.
The,
Um,
the,
Jill,
the
we
deck.
remind you of
no.
Dragon Egg.
Nebular Weblord. His battle cry costs minions with battle cry cost 2 less. No, they
Yeah,
cost 2 more, don't they?
Two
Never
more.
mind.
The deck builds itself. You figured it out.
I don't know. I'm
Game.
just playing.
Shaman's now broken.
No, I think it'd be fun to play with, but yeah, it is one of those things. As one of the people said in chat room, it's a bit slow if you're trying to take advantage of this battle cry. So,
Yeah.
what my thought is, how can I make the battle cry happen multiple times? That's what I've been trying to kind of get across: is how can we make it happen multiple times to really increase the cost, not the cost, but the +1/+1 for your deck, all the cards in your deck multiple times. That would just be a cool way to find out a way to do that. So.
It's and I tell you what, this card it's on power level. I'd say it's similar to Neptulon, because Neptulon can get out of hand. This card, if played really early, is kind of out of hand because it gives you that extra 1 health, that extra 1 attack on all minions that you're playing after him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my Whirling Zap-O-Matic was awesome because it had 3 health. But of course, by then it was easy for my opponent to kill those minions off. So
If you
I don't know.
if you have Alakir, it gives him +1/1.
And I did have Alakir, and Alakir was a 4 attack.
6 health.
Is it 6? Yeah, 6
He's
health.
originally a 3/5.
Yeah, so he made my Alakir a little bit better. Although I was like, man, if my Alakir only had 1 more attack, I could actually kill something worth it. So I don't know. It still didn't
Just
make me go,
Brewmaster.
oh yeah. You got a Brewmaster. Double Youthful Brewmaster, double Ancient Brewmaster, Nefarian, some Shadow Steps, and you're good. So,
Well, cool. Well, that wraps up all the cards that came with TGT for the Shaman. So
yes.
the interesting batch. There are some goods and some bads. Some things you can say about each one of them that I think is kind of interesting. But I still think the Tuskar riding the mount was better looking than Tuskar Totemic.
You mean the turtle? Riding
Yeah.
the turtle?
Riding a turtle. Yeah. He was better looking.
The Walrus Jouster.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
after we've talked about these cards, what decks are you guys going to build?
I've already just built a totem deck that actually an overload totem deck.
Okay.
Just built it to play with it. And I'm going to tinker with that a little bit. I'm excited and eager to do that. So
What happened to the Elemental Destruction Death Rattle deck?
yeah, well, I don't have some of those cards, so
Gotcha.
I'm going to have Espo build a Mistcaller Wind Fury deck because I don't have the cards.
Wait, what? Who is this Espo guide? Why is he building decks for you?
I don't have the cards.
I tell you what, if I build it, you have to name it. How about that?
Sure.
oh, that
Name it
All right.
the deck.
question
deck.
mark?
The deck question mark? I like it. I like it. Always add question marks to the end of your deck names. That makes it just that much more exciting.
Just don't include the class name in the deck name, right?
Oh, it's
So it can't
that
be
is-
Shaman.
Shaman?
The deck?
Shaman?
That's
Question mark.
Yeah, this is if you're naming your Warlock deck Shaman Death Rattle, that's okay. I accept that. That's fine. But if you're naming your Warlock deck Warlock Death Rattle deck, you've just discounted your naming twice. One, you named it a deck when you already know it's a deck, and you named it a Warlock, and we already know it's a Warlock. Okay, all right. I don't want to
Warlock
bad talk
Death Rattle
people.
Warlock deck.
That's right. That's right. Oh, jeez. All
Okay,
right.
Espo. How about why don't you give us some hints and tips?
So in our hints,
Other than about naming your decks.
that's what I was just gonna troll everybody and say in my hints and tips segment this week we're gonna talk about how to properly name your decks. Yeah.
Yeah, you and proper.
Moving on, people.
So anyway, in our hints and tips section this week, I want to talk just real quick, and it will be very simple, and I will ask that you maybe do a little bit of research after this. But I wanted to give you a tip about death rattles and how they resolve. A lot of times we play the game, and it's not like your physical TCGs where you have to know the rules. You have to know in what order things resolve, in order what happens when there is a death rattle, what order, what's the sequencing for this stuff. Hearthstone does it for you, so there's not a lot of thought that goes into it. But
Yay.
as you get yeah.
Yay. I don't have to
Fastidious-
think and play.
Yeah, you don't have to read the cards, but it is suggested that you do. Well, it's also suggested that you kind of know the rules and you know the order of operations, the order that things will happen. Like this is what I want to talk this week is the death rattles and what order they're resolved.
So addition, subtraction, and meatloaf.
Maybe.
Okay.
So what you mean? Which things happen first? If one thing dies and something triggers, when it dies, what happens?
Yeah, so most of us just let the game go, and we're like, oh, okay, that happened, and that just stole that, and that appeared on the board, and we kind of just go with it. But if you're an advanced player, you're actually trying to manipulate and use that to your advantage, where this death rattle will trigger before this one does. So let's just say you have a board full of death rattle, and your opponent flame strikes, and all your death rattles trigger. Well, the order that they trigger, and you should know this, just because it's something that you need to know when to play minions, because the death rattles actually trigger in the order that they were put into play. And when I say put into play, that means like some cards are put into play by other cards. You're not necessarily playing them from your hand. So in the order that things are put into play, that's the order that they resolve. So if you put a mad scientist into play before your loot hoarder, and then the next turn they flame strike. Your mad scientist will they all die at the same time, but your mad scientist will resolve first, bringing out the secret. Then after all things are resolved, then your loot hoarder dying at the same time, his death rattle resolved because he was played afterwards, or he was put into play afterwards. So think about that a little bit when you are playing cards, because there are cards out there that you want their death rattles to occur before other cards. Now, in the case of some cards, all minions are dying at the same time, so that means that they will not be able to buff those other minions because they are not there. So the death rattle will happen, but there's no other minions. If it's a death rattle that buffs another minion, those death rattles will not trigger because there is not another minion for it to grab onto. So think about that when you're playing minions, and think about that when you're setting up your death rattle elemental destruction deck. So, but you can find more information about that. I actually found a great wiki article that has the advanced handbook for Hearthstone, and it is multiple pages long and has all kinds of crazy stuff in it. But yeah, to up your game a little bit, to get a little bit of an edge at level, or at the ranks 20 through 15, knowing when these death rattles trigger and knowing the order to play some of these death rattle minions in will definitely work to your advantage. So that's my hint and tip for this week. Sequencing, playing, and knowing when death rattles resolve and working that to your advantage.
Very important.
Yeah, so Ariana, you didn't say I didn't know that this week. So I'm
No,
proud of
I
you.
didn't know this week.
So did you already know that then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm so proud of you. Good job.
Okay.
All right. So tournaments this week.
Yes.
We have the road to BlizzCon is in full swing right now. In fact, most of the minor qualifiers ended already. The Fireside Gathering qualifier ended, and there was a champion in the Fireside Gatherings for North America, I think Southeast Asia, and I think Europe. And I have two links in the show notes. One is the article that talks about when the road to BlizzCon is occurring, like when all the finals are occurring. And the other link is actually to the Play Hearthstone Twitch channel, which I went to, and it's very cool. You can actually go back and you can watch all the games that are played, and very, very cool. I watched a few of those, and it was interesting. So we had the Fireside Gathering Championship, which occurred August 22nd. You can find that on the Play Hearthstone Twitch channel and watch that. You have the last call tournament, which was yesterday, September 5th, and you can go back and watch that on the Twitch channel. And then coming up is the North America Qualifier Tournament for BlizzCon, and that'll be September 12th through the 20th. And then the Americas Championship and it says this is the final stop before BlizzCon 2015, and that's October 10th and 11th. And the ones that already occurred, you can check those out on Blizzard's Play Hearthstone Twitch channel, and those links are in our show notes, or if you're listening and you don't have the show notes, you can just go to twitch.tv/ I think it's Play Hearthstone. Let me check real quick. Yeah, Play Hearthstone. So twitch.tv/ Play Hearthstone, and go to their past broadcasts, and you can watch those and see. I don't want to spoil anything, but you can see the people that are qualifying and running down that road to BlizzCon.
Well, Zoroshio suggests he suggests to watch the Reynad versus Rage matchup for a very awesome mage versus mage match.
There we go. So great suggestions. And you can. The one nice thing about those VODs is you can fast forward through all the boring stuff and just get to the meat of it. So
very cool stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that gets us towards the end of this show. One thing I do want to mention is we mentioned earlier the show if you wanted to vote for our website on the podcast, vote for the podcast on the website called Podcast Land. You can do that. I have added a shortcut link so you can go to legendoftheinnkeeper.com/vote to go to the page that you want to go vote for it. So if you would do that for us, that would be awesome. We appreciate that. And nothing comes of it except for recognition for our show that we're getting lots of people to vote for us. So self-promotion works, right? So anyways, sometimes I hope so. We did get no iTunes reviews this week, but we did get an email came in from Sasha.
Whoa, hold on.
What?
Is this the second week in a row we've had no iTunes reviews?
Was it last week that you got iTunes reviews for? No, it was the week before. You're right.
Okay, then we got to do something about this, guys. If you could, please. Okay, let me just explain how iTunes reviews work. The more iTunes reviews we get with 5-star, 4-star, the higher up we are on the rank when someone goes into iTunes and they search for Hearthstone. And so we want to be up there. We want to be, one of the podcasts that people can listen to. We believe that we have a niche here. We are very casual, but yet we throw out some cool information, and we have a father-daughter duo. I mean, who can say they have that? That's awesome, right?
Yeah, and since nobody searches for Hearthstone father-daughter duo, we show up number 1 there. But when you just search Hearthstone, we're number 5 right now on my search.
Ooh, we got to get up. So if you guys could help us out, go to iTunes, look for us, do a really quick review, tell us how you love the fact that there's a father-daughter talking about Hearthstone and then some random dude that has no idea what's going on most of the time. Just, give us an iTunes review. Help us out here.
Okay. So do that and vote for us, both places. Anyway, Sasha emailed in, said, love the show. So I just wanted to say that I love the show so far. I've been working through all 60 episodes, and he's caught up in the middle of Black Rock Mountain. However, he did skip a little bit to get to the TGT content. But he said Ariana and I seem to have roughly the same luck when it comes to opening legendaries. 23 packs and counting, and so far no legendaries in the TGT portion.
I am so sorry.
So that said, feels like he did pretty well with his first ever season chest, where he got rank 11, and he ended up doing pretty well, actually, I would have to say, because that's nowhere near what we had. So, and he ended up with a golden shielded mini-bot and a golden healing wave on the 2 classes they played the last day of ladder. So hopefully he's pushing for the level 10 chest next month. So thanks for sending that to us. We appreciate you guys doing that and sending in emails, because we'd like to hear back from you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. iTunes reviews are definitely awesome, but emails are cool too. I do like the emails. Just give my co-host here some love. That one email kind of freaked me out when people were saying that you guys, Ariana and Investidius, had no idea what they were talking about, and Espo kind of did. All right. Well, very cool. We'll get some emails in. We did have a shout out. Well, obviously, every week I manage to find somebody out there on the Twitter that keys in at LOTI podcast. And this week it's from T Mike and Nick. They say, guys, I took a very long break from Hearthstone. I'm playing again, and Face Hunter is so much fun because I've never played it. So you guys know how much I love the Hunter and love the Face Hunter. So shout out to Face Hunter. Shout out to T Mike and Nick. Welcome back to Hearthstone. Glad you are enjoying it and enjoying some Face Hunter. We also have a shout out on our Facebook group this week. We've had a few new patrons, which we really appreciate. I don't know if Vastidius has a list of those, but I think we had 1 or 2 this past week. But the Facebook shout out this week goes out to, I believe it's Dazzladorn. And he says, "What's so epic about a Dreadsteed card? I got this in a pack I opened today. It's only a 1/1 for 4 mana. I'm sure I'm missing something." Yes, you are, because
Yes.
Dreadsteed is awesome. I have a deck named after him. I have a deck built around him. He is amazing. He is a great demon. He is an awesome horse, and he is a incredible card. And you are definitely missing the boat or missing the ride on this awesome steed, the Dreadsteed.
It is an awesome card.
So
It
why
is.
is it awesome? It's a 1/1 for 4.
Yeah.
It's
Read the text.
Yeah, read the text. Unless he gets hooted before you've made a whole board of them, he's awesome.
Do you need us to read the text for you?
Yep.
Okay.
He's a 4 cost, and his text said, "Death Rattle, summon a Dreadsteed," and he's a 1/1, 1 attack, 1 health.
So he just never dies.
Basically, yes. And you play him with Anima Golem, which Anima Golem is a 9/9, and as long
I
as
see now.
yeah, you got it, you got it.
Anima
And then
Golem only. It says if there's no minions on the board, kill this one or destroy it.
Yeah, at the end of each turn. But of course, Dreadsteed, if not killed or silenced, or even if it is killed,
Silence.
you got to silence it first, then kill it, then Animal Column can die. But you got Baron Rivendare, you have Faceless Manipulator, you have KT, all these ways to keep that Dreadsteed alive and just keep the awesomeness rolling atop your trusty Dreadsteed. So
Fun never ends.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
So shout out to Will. Get on the Dreadsteed. I would say bandwagon. Just get on the Dreadsteed and ride, dude. Just get on. And yeah, I believe he rides bicycles too. So I can't give him too hard of a time because he's out there riding his bicycle. So shout out to you, Will.
Awesome. Well, it's good having Ari back. Hopefully that will continue. I know you get some more traveling coming up here shortly, so we'll see how that works out. But let's go ahead and we'll wrap it up here, and that does it for this week. So if you want to re-email us at info@legendoftheinnkeeper.com, you can do so. We'd love to have your emails. And you can also visit our website, legendoftheinnkeeper.com, or follow us on YouTube at legendoftheinnkeeper.com/YouTube. And if you want to follow us on Twitter at LOTI Podcast, Ariaman's at AriamanHS, and Espo's at XCMTB Gamer. So you can also support us on Patreon with patreon.com/Legend of the Innkeeper. So as Espo said, subscribe to us on iTunes and give us a rating if you would. We definitely appreciate your support, and we look forward to talking to you next week. So until then, that's about all.
Good job, team.
Okay, stopped. You want to open some packs?
Oh, you guys are awesome. That was a good show. Oh, so excited. Ariane, I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
Yeah.
I should be able to do Tuesday night with you this week.
You have to see what I was. Oh, cool. Excellent. That'll be fun. I haven't really been lonely because, you know, I got my wingman Zeroshio. He helps me out. And then, I mean, we have such a good group of followers and fans that, you know, I'm never too lonely, but it's always nice to have a voice of reason, a counterpart that likes to have fun with the game as much as I do. So.
Yep. Oh, I was just going to say that sometime this week we are going to talk business.
We need to have a meeting, like a team meeting.
Yep, and I think we should see if Dragon Rider and Kraska can join us as well.
I agree. Yeah, and I need to, I'll probably get a hold of, well, after the meeting, obviously, I'll get a hold of Brandon and talk to him and let him in on what we're doing, so.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, now that we're all kind of settled down, or somewhat.
Somewhat,
You're still going to travel a little bit, but,
yeah.
You know, we're at least not in vans. I'm not moving classrooms all around every day. And,
we can take a little breath.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice. So, yeah, cool.
Okay,
All
so
right.
packs. We gonna open a pack? Anybody? I want to.
I don't know what to open. I have 300 gold. So I need to know what to open. So maybe.
All right, did you get enough for a pack?
Twitch chat.
You didn't get enough?
I lost 4 games in Tavern Brawl.
Okay.
What? What? Did you use my priest deck?
I had to use Hunter.
You had to use Hunter? Why'd you have to use Hunter?
Quest.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can go into Brawl with whatever you want. But you're trying to double up. I see.
Oh, wait, you get a pack if you just get 1 win?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just use an
Right.
an
I knew
instant
that.
win. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay. Can you see that?
Not yet. There we go. I can see it. I don't know about Twitch though.
Open
Yeah,
TGT.
I got Twitch already.
Yeah, you already got that.
Yep, I'm opening TGT.
Somebody says the audio is awful.
Yeah.
It was the whole way through.
It is
was
right
like-
now for me.
That's the way it was the whole time. Like it was real grainy and just sounded robotic at times.
It's because of the internet connection. There's nothing to do about it.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Just a regular
No.
pack.
I was gonna say no legendaries.
No
How is that even
legendaries.
possible?
So we got a captured Jormonger, Warhorse Trainer, Tuskar Totemic,
Woo, great card.
captured Jormonger again. He's already-
Card totemic. See, every time
It's
we
a good
say,
My
every
first
time we
ball of
say-
spiders.
hey, there you go. But I swear, every time we bad talk a card, we get like dozens of them afterwards.
Hey, that's a good card.
No, okay.
What happened there?
I was sharing screens.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So I will go ahead and share my screen here.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get it on here so that they can see it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do it this. Yeah. We're good.
Okay. And I'm going to hit the space bar, which just opens up my pack, right?
Yep.
All right. So we have the heroic Blackrock Mountain card back. And we got 2 rares.
Okay.
Ooh, Bash. I want to try to play
Hey,
that card.
that card was mentioned by Ben Brode on The Angry Chicken as one of the cards that they believe is going to be a big hit.
Well, so he said that, and then he also said, well, he said that that's what Mike Dene said. And then he also, right after that, said Mike Dene has also been known as one of the biggest trolls on Team Fun.
Yeah, the other one he
So-
said was Holy Champion.
Yeah, Holy Champion is awesome. We already know that. But Flame Juggler, Silent Knight, and then the 2 rares are Effigy, which I already have a playset of that, and Thunder Bluff Valiant. We talked about that today.
Okay.
Wow.
Not a bad pack. Of course, it's all dust, but, you know. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, what? Hold on. Hold your horses. I didn't have 2 effigies. Look at that. Now I do.
Sweet.
So we got a disenchant. So that's cool. I got a card I didn't have, or a card that completed
Actually,
my...
you should be saying hold your Dreadsteed, not hold your horses.
So this is my totemly overloaded deck. I got a Rock Biter, Dust Devils, Ancestral Knowledge, some Larva Sharks, Flame Tongue Totems, Totem Golems, Vitality Totem. I have 1 Tuskar Totemic because I couldn't not play him because I wanted to experiment. I had 2 of them in there, but yeah, I had to play him. So, and then we got the Unbound Elemental, Draenei Totem Carver, Fire Guard Destroyer, which is still an awesome card. The 4-drop for Shaman, I love this card, and I think Ariana said this card was going to be awesome when we talked about Blackrock
I love
Mountain.
that card.
Yeah, right? So, Thunder Bluff Valiant, 6-drop for Shaman, the Fire Elemental, can't be beat. Mistcaller, decent card, and then Alakir, the Windlord. So, It's a fun deck. I definitely had to learn a little bit to play it, but that's my Shaman deck for this week. Totally overloaded. Excellent.
I still haven't decided. You're still screen sharing. I still haven't decided what legendary to craft.
No?
Mm-mm.
There's
none that are like that I'm dying to create, or there's lots that I would like to make.
well, what's your favorite class?
Right now it's Shaman.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I don't really.
Alakir's pretty fun.
I don't know. I don't. He doesn't seem that exciting.
Neptulon's fun too.
I don't want Murlocs.
Who doesn't want Murlocs? In fact,
I want Murlocs.
I'm half tempted to build a Murloc deck right now just because I love the Murlocs. I don't know. So I'm wondering if Rez is still in Twitch chat.
I want to show them legendary.
I owe Rez a match.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if he's still out there. If Rez is out there, he needs. Oh, there he is. There he is. Rez, you need to challenge me.
Murlocs are delicious.
I will. Sushi. Okay, Rez. I'm going to challenge Rez with my totemly overloaded deck. So bring it, Rez. Challenge me, and we will play some totemly overloaded.
That means I got to quit my game and then
I'm going to go eat.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably talk to you guys later.
Okay, Ariana. All right, go eat.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm spectating my game that I'm finishing.
Okay, let me. How do you want me to do this then?
Just you do your thing here in a minute.
Well, what's Twitch chat seeing right now, though?
My game that I'm losing with my new Shaman deck that I'm.
Okay. Well, Rez and I we'll slow roll this then. We will slow roll it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to lose here pretty badly, pretty quick.
Okay.
So I'm not paying attention, so it makes it worse.
Okay. I'm slowing the game down by not mulliganing very fast.
In fact, I'll just quit because I just use elemental destruction on myself, pretty much.
Nice. You cleared your own board a la Fastidious Deathwing style?
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to spectate. You guys started?
I'm just letting it roll. With the mulligan, I'm not confirming yet, so Rez and I are just sitting here waiting.
Well, it's not letting me spectate you.
Rez says slow rolling commenced.
Oh, let me get out of this. Back to the main menu. Maybe that's the problem. I hadn't clicked to continue.
Yeah, we're gonna.
There we go.
Okay, you good?
Almost.
Okay.
Bring it up now.
All right, we are.
No peeking.
We are taking our time.
No peeking at the stream.
Dude, I can't watch the stream anyway. If I watched the stream right now, it would break the internet.
Okay, we're watching.
Are you spectating, Rez?
Yep.
Okay. We are on. Here it goes. We got this. All right, Rez passes. Oh, are you casting? Are you gonna do this?
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Okay. All right.
And the ugly card deck back player, Espo, just played an amazing Whirling Zap-O-Matic. And Rez, sporting his fancy card back, plays a single Silver Hand recruit. It's really interesting you took that out.
Dude, nowadays, man,
I know.
Recruits,
you have to really put those.
Before we were just worried about, Quartermaster. Now you got to be worried about everything, man,
Yep.
because so many cards buff those Silverhand recruits. You got to be careful. It can get crazy. Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry, Rez.
Taking the lightning storm pretty early here to get that penalty against himself.
I don't like Silverhand recruits. I'm telling you, dude. You got to be careful.
They're like ants.
Yeah, they get out of hand.
Let's see. How's this going to work out? We got another totem. Get your +1 spell power. And that's it. That's all he can do.
Yeah, I misplayed that. Oh, another must. Oh, no.
Yes.
No. I disagree. Oh, man.
Silverhand recruits coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, jeez. This is bad. This is bad. This is...
Is it possible it could get worse?
Oh, I don't know. All right. 5-drop.
Okay, well, the answer to the question is yes, it could get worse.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
Most definitely.
Quartermaster. No, we can't. He can't. No. Is that the coin? Oh.
No, it's the Warhorse Trader.
Trader. Oh, no. Blah. I do not approve.
Oh, look at that. That's a nice little obstruction along the way.
Rez tearing me up. Rez came out of retirement just to give me the... this is bad. Okay. How are we going to do this?
There's my vitality totem.
That's it, the vitality. He has a sad face. That totem has a sad face. Or a mean face. Is it mean or sad? This is more of a spooky face.
Didn't get much value out of that guy.
Not really, but I needed something.
Yep.
Because definitely threw down my lightning storm a little bit too early. Because right about now, I'm wanting to roll the Wrath of Wind totem and, oh, jeez. Oh, Rez. I thought we were friends, Rez. I thought we were friends. I don't think Rez has Quartermaster in his hand. So I don't have to worry about that, but clearing my board is not fun. Oh. He's just like piling it on. This is ugly. I think Bestidius is taking a break from casting the game.
Ari came in and is asking a question.
Important question.
Yeah, it's about
Very
food.
important. It's about food. How did I know? I knew it.
Hey, Espo,
All right.
that hibachi place. It's down the street in Forest Grove. No, the one Fuquay, over near the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of it?
It's
Hibachi Express or
Grill
Hibachi Express, I think. Yeah.
with an extra, yeah.
Express. Why? What?
Because I must have their food. Either
You
if
must have
I find one around here or I find recipes for it, I must eat this food again.
It is good. It is good.
she's craving hibachi.
Yeah, hibachi's good stuff. Right now, Rez. Wow. It's just ugly. I'm gonna try my best, but I can't promise anything. This is insanity. No, we're just gonna draw cards and Larva Shark. Because this is crazy. Well played, Rez. Well played. And then he's going to give all his minions +1/+1. I knew it. I knew it was competitive spirit. I just knew it. Blah. What in the world? Oh, jeez. So that's it right there. Oh, and the BM. The BM is real. Rez heals himself for 8. Draws 3 cards. Goes to face. Well played, sir. Well played. What in the world? Get wrecked. All right. Yes. Well played, Rez. Fun stuff. All right. So, my totemly overloaded deck. I never said it was good. So let's just leave it at that. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's try my Infinite Dread deck. We let me see. What time is it? We got a couple minutes until I have to go. If you're down for one more match. If not, then we'll just go ahead and end it here, because I am also the hungry. So if Rez wants to play another match, that's fine. If not, then I am going to also bow out and go eat.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, okay. We're going for it.
One more.
This is this is my Infinite Dread deck, and we'll see what Rez brings to the table.
Goody. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, my. So Rez is very good with Warrior. So this ought to be interesting. Rez is definitely good with Warrior. Let's see. I'm tempted to keep everything. Yeah, let's keep everything and hope that we can use it to our advantage. All right. So Rez passes turn 1, and as do I. Gul'dan versus Garrosh. Turn 2 for Rez. Vastidius, are you casting, or do you want me to do it? All right, so Rez brings out a Sparring Partner, new TGT card. 2 cost, 3 attack, 2 health minion with taunt. Played it last game, played a similar minion last game, and I didn't like it. Definitely don't like it still. Let's see. We're gonna save it. Okay, bring it, Rez. All right. Choosing to hero power, adding 2 armor to himself. And I am going to go ahead and bring out the Void Collar. I'm going to end it there.
Is that what you put on your dog? You're going to put the Void Collar on like the dragon or something?
That way it is voided. It is voided. Okay. So getting a little action from the decently sized hand that he has. Oh,
you meant collar and not collar.
That's
Got
right.
it. Okay.
Collar. Yeah. Okay. Well,
a decent sized Twilight Drake.
I think. Okay. So we're gonna see if this works. We have a 75% chance. 75%. All right, kids. Everybody pray. Or whatever you do. Here we go. And it happens. There we go. Here you go, Rez.
Oh.
That's
that brought out Mal'Ganis.
So Rez,
Crush you.
there we
Yes,
go.
yes.
How you got to crush Mal'Ganis first. Which I think Rez knows. He knows how to do this. He'll figure it out. He's a good warrior player. So, ooh, the Twilight Guardian. So Rez probably paying a little bit of a dragon warrior, which I really like. I think that's cool. Get rid of that Baron. There you go. Getting rid of the Baron first, knowing that the Death Rattle will hurt ya. Okay, let's see. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And then I like Bane of Doom. I like seeing what happens. Maybe we'll get another Mal'Ganis.
Oh, my.
Well, kids, I called it. It happened. That was an error. And I think it might be GG. It's good game, Rez. Oh, my goodness. What do you do when you have two Mal'Ganises coming for you?
Bad boy.
So, yeah. So that just happened.
That's a good card to play.
Yeah, Rez is BMing himself now by playing Battle Rage when he's just, yeah. There you go. So
Yeah. Hero power up because you need that extra shield.
that's right. That's right. That's how we're doing this, kids. Okay. Well, let's bring out the 3/3 Dreadsteed. Oh wait, no, he's a 5/5.
Oops.
Oh,
You miscalculated.
we miscalculated on that one. Well played. All right. So Rez is getting crazy. Sorry that the BM is real. All right.
But he survives another round.
He did. So let's see what he brawl. Here we go. Brawl it, Rez. Brawl. I don't know if you guys can see all the emotes coming from Rez, but it's hot and heavy right now with the Enhanso Meccano with an empty board. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. All right, so
well, it probably won't matter now, but he has Alexstrasza and Cro-Magus in his hand.
Okay, well now we have three. We have three Mal'Ganis.
That's a big Dreadsteed.
This is yeah. So congratulations, kids. You witnessed it here. Legend of the Innkeeper. Post-show Mal'Ganis insanity.
No doubt.
Rez being awesome. Thank you, Rez. I appreciate that. So that's my Infinite Dread deck, and that play happens all the time. That's exactly how the deck plays out. It's guaranteed to happen every time. Rez says, "What the heck, Spo?" Just not right. Oh yeah. So that's my Infinite Dread deck. I went 8-0 when I first started playing that, and every match was exactly like that. It's not, the Dreadsteed is not infinite. It's Mal'Ganis. I at least get 7 Mal'Ganis on the board every game.
Wow.
But Kappa.
Yes.
So Rez, you are the man, because you took it like a man. That was tough.
Ouch.
Oh jeez. So Bane of Doom, Faceless, the BM was real. A 7/7 Dreadsteed. Okay, well, shout out to Dazzledorn, because I believe he was the one that said Dreadsteed he didn't understand. Now I think he knows. Now he knows why Dreadsteed is awesome. Because you play Dreadsteed and then you play 3 Mal'Gani. Is
Mal'Gani? No, it's Mal'Ganis.
And Mal'Ganises. So you play Dreadsteed and then you play 3 Mal'Ganises, and that's why. That's why.
Nice.
There you go. So you've seen it here. That's how we do, and it'll be on our VOD. And maybe we need to send that to Trollden, and let him know that that we know how it's done here on Legend of the
That's
Innkeeper.
right.
Fun guaranteed, even if it is at Rez's expense. So, Rez, I love you, and we will be FaceTiming soon. So, Malgani, you heard it here, Malgani.
And before we go, I'm going to open one more pack because I have 100 golds burning a hole in my pocket.
Well, share your screen, dude. I like to see the swirlies. Where did the 3 Mal'Ganis come from? Says Otan. Well, the first Mal'Ganis came from my Void Caller. I brought him out. I think it was turn 5, right?
Think so.
Yeah. So turn 5, I sacrificial pacted with Baron Rivendare on board, bringing out 2 demons. One was a Mal'Ganis. Then I actually ended up getting Bane of Doom with my which I called. I said Bane of Doom into Mal'Ganis. It happened. And then I facelessed for the third one.
Yes.
That's how you play that deck. That's exactly how that deck should be played.
Okay, nothing crazy here. We just got a Maiden of the Lake, another Tuskar Totemic, a Murloc Knight, never can have enough, an Argent Horse Rider, and an injured Cavalier, Deer, whatever you call him. So,
Injured
okay.
K-Dog.
Yeah.
All right, very cool.
Yes.
Espo's never the underdog. I don't know. After that whooping I took, yeah, that was yeah. With my Rez is the underdog.
Yeah.
You guys don't underestimate Rez. Rez can play some Hearthstone. Believe me, he knows how to play Hearthstone. So.
Well, okay, gang. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us in chat. We're going to head out, and Espo's going to get food, and it sounds like Ari's already working on her food.
Actually, yeah, it's my sister-in-law's birthday today.
Ah!
Happy birthday to her.
Yes, happy birthday.
Sometimes she's trolling us in Twitch. But she actually is going to come over. We're going to grill some burgers, my wife and I and her, and we're going to just hang out, eat burgers.
Play
off
Let's
the grill.
Dance, right?
And probably play Let's Dance, except it'll turn into let's put YouTube on the big TV and watch insane videos of people playing Let's Dance and make fun of them. That's what she likes to do. So, yeah. All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody in Twitch for hanging out. Shout out to Rez for being an awesome friend and Hearthstone player. And shout out to everyone else that's in there. My wingman. I saw Osiris a few times chatting it up in Twitch. Saw Ring in there chatting it up. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Go do those iTunes reviews on your wife's account if you have to. Daughter, son, uncle. Use their iTunes account to give us an iTunes review. We appreciate it.
Well, okay then.
There we go. I
Okay.
said it.
Well, we will chat with you guys later and appreciate you helping out, Espo. It's been awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Later, Twitch.